Alrighty, hi everyone. Thanks for being here. I got a new phone, so I'm excited for this quality to see if it's better. Today we got a fun 45-minute power class, a lot of different fun things with tree and lotus. So doing all kinds of poses. So it'll be fun. Just need your mat and yourself. So we will give it a couple more seconds. Hi to everyone that is watching today. I thought I'd wear Hi Prashanti. Thought I'd wear some shorts today because it's warm out. Well, I think it's warm out, kind of. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started on our mats today in a kneeling position. If that's uncomfortable on your knees, option go into a cross-legged seat. But we'll find a hero's pose at the top of the mat. You can either keep the heels in toward each other or let the heels come out, sitting the sit bones on the mat. And then allow the palms to rest on top of the thighs, the shoulders to roll up and down. And then allow the eyes to close. Maybe you start to roll the chin side to side, tracing the collarbones. And seeing how still you can get in your mind first. And eventually bring the head back to neutral, finding a still physical body. Only thing that's moving here is your super deep breath. From the low belly all the way up to the top of the chest. And once we can become so still in our mind and in our body, we're able to directly see this spark inside of us. And if you start with a choice that says you have the power over your thoughts, emotions, attachments, you can gain all this power back and take this huge energy power to focus on your inner experience and your inner body. So as I close my eyes, I like to physically just picture my insides, whatever that may be, just up and down the body. I mean, everything inward, the mind, your vision, seeing how big inside you can become. Noticing that heart space, finding an intention for your practice. And allow the eyes to open up. On your next inhale, extend the arms overhead. And exhale, drop the right fingers down, reach up and over through the left fingertips. Still rooted in that left sit bone. Next inhale, back up through center, re-lengthen the spine. And exhale, left hand drops, reach up and over through the right fingertips. Coming back up through center. And then exhale, release the hands down along your sides. We'll rise up onto the shins. And taking some nice flowy camels. And if your back's not warm enough, don't worry, you don't have to go too hard to yet. We'll take the right hand down towards the right shin, right ankle. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. And then sweeping the left arm up and overhead. So finding a little back bend, pressing the hips forward. Stay for one breath here. On your exhale, we'll rise back up, come through center. We'll sweep the arms around front and over to the other side, left hand find left ankle, or maybe just the air, and reach the right fingertips up. And continue to press the hips forward and up to the chest. One more breath in. And sweep all the way back through center, over to the other side. Right hand drops left arm high. One inhale. And come through center, switch it out. Left hand down, right arm high. One more time, each side, come through center. Inhale as you lift the chest up. Exhale, switch it out, left side, last side. And we'll come back through center, dropping the hands down to the mat, finding a tabletop position, shoulders over the wrists, hips stacked over the knees. Next inhale, belly drops, gaze lifts up. And exhale, round the spine, pressing the earth away with all 10 fingers. Inhale, belly drops, lift the chest. Deep exhale, rounding the spine. Finding a few more with your deep breath. And eventually meeting back in a neutral spine. We'll flip the fingers around 180 degrees if the fingers face the thighs and start to shift back and forth, opening up the wrists. First part of this little sequence is pretty heavy on the wrist, a lot of planks and stuff, so opening up the wrists. Maybe flip to the backs of the hands, let the palms face up. Continue to shift back and forth. And eventually putting hands back on the right way. We'll tuck the toes under and step the feet to the back of the mat. So maybe step the feet back first and then tuck the toes under. Finding your plank pose. The shoulders stacked over the wrists, feeling all 10 finger pads root down. Hugging the low belly in. Long from heels out through top of head. Staying for one more deep breath in, filling up the entire body. And exhale, lower all the way down onto your mat. At the tops of the feet root down. Baby cobra, inhale, lift the chest, pressing the earth away with your palms. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Maybe straighten the arms a little more. And exhale, lower down. We'll take one more option to come into a full cobra, spreading the feet a little wider. Inhale, press up. Maybe you straighten the arms. Drawing shoulders down the back body. One more breath in. And exhale, release everything down. Tucking the toes under, pressing up through high plank or tabletop. On your exhale, downward facing dog. Shifting the hips side to side when you bend the knees. I like to find a gaze up towards my belly button to really round the neck and feel different sensations. And once you found your movement and you're feeling good, find a still down dog. Next inhale, look to the top of the mat and start to walk the feet up to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the spine. And exhale, forward folds. We'll bend into the right knee, right palm down. Inhale, your left arm sweeps up. Rotating that left shoulder back, taking the gaze up towards those left fingers. One more breath in. And release. And switch the sides out. Left knee bends, left palm down, right arm sweeps high. Use the breath to pull that right shoulder back. And exhale, come back through center. Grabbing for opposite elbows, heel to the feet out of back and foot distance. Maybe you find a little bounce, bringing the forearms down towards the mat. And releasing that grip. On your next inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, forward folds. Lift up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, rise all the way up, finding a full body stretch. And exhale, cactus the arms, open up the chest, pressing the hips forward. Maybe you take the gaze up. Next inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, dive it down, forward fold. On your inhale, lift up halfway. And we'll plant the palms, step it back to high plank. This time, optional lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Press the earth away with your palms. Press the earth away with the tops of the feet. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high. One breath in. One breath out. Next inhale, look to the top. Travel feet to hands. Lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Rise all the way up to standing. Full body stretch. Then exhale, cactus the arms, open up the chest. Inhale, arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, hinge the waist. Halfway, let's breathe in. Palms plant, step or float back, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep rounds of breath. On your next inhale, shift out to a high plank. We'll dial the feet to the left and reaching the right arm high. So pretty early for another plank. I guess we did one. But option to drop the left knee down to the mat, or maybe you raise that top right leg. Throwing you right into the fire. And if you have that top leg raised, maybe you find a tree pose with your right leg placing the sole of the right foot on the left thigh or the left shin, just not on the left knee. Keep driving the left palm away, nice edge foot, left foot away. Keep lifting the hips high. Maybe you challenge yourself taking the gaze up towards those right fingertips. 2 more deep breaths. Now we're going to take a big step forward with the right foot to the center of the mat. Left heel dives down. On your inhale, rise all the way up to warrior 2. So the right toes, the right knee tracking forward, concealing the outer edge of the left foot back and down. Taking this next exhale wherever it's out for you to soften the shoulders down. And lengthen fingertips front and back. How strong can you make this stance in your legs and your arms? How strong can you make your breath? And once we still the mind, still the eyes to one point, that's when the growth in this state of deep presence comes to our mat. One more breath here. On your exhale, frame the right foot. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Keep softening the left heel down towards the back of the mat. Still driving both palms equally into the top. Maybe you find some circles of the ankle. Next inhale, reach the right leg high. On your exhale, step it forward in between the palms once again. Left heel dives down. This time, inhale, rise all the way up to a reverse warrior. So left palm to the back of the left leg, or maybe half bind behind the low back. Side body stretch, lengthen through the chest, out through the right fingers. You always have the option to come up onto the right toes, raising the right heel. You'll find a deeper, stronger sensation. Last breath in here. On your exhale, frame the right foot. This time, step it back to high plank. Lower half here all the way. Inhale as you pull the chest forward. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out, downward facing dog. Shift it out to high plank. This time, right palm in the center of the mat, heels dive down to the right. Lift that left arm high. And you can drop it down to the right knee, raising that left leg up. You place the sole of the left foot on the inner right thigh or the right shin. If you feel unsteady, just feeling what points of your body are touching the ground. And focus on them. Press the earth away. Coming lighter in your body, deeper in your breath. Last full inhale, give the hips a little raise. Then take a step forward, look to the top of your mat. Left foot in between the palms, right heel dives down. Next inhale, rise up to your warrior 2. Adjusting the stance a little, making it nice and wide. With the left inner thigh lengthen out towards that left knee. And see if you can feel the left knee stack over that left ankle. Whole outer right leg is engaged. Low belly is pulled in. And find that deep focus over those left fingers. Staying here for 2 more rounds of breath. On your exhale, palms straight to left foot. Inhale, left leg sweeps high. Bend the knee, open up the hips. Again, this time soften the right heel towards the back. Drive both palms down. Through the circles of the ankle. Next inhale, reach straighten the left leg. Step the left foot in between the hands. Right heel dives down. This time, big inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Right hands nice and light on the back of the right leg if it's there. Or that half bind behind the low back. Keep deepening the bend into the left knee. Strengthen up the right leg. Reaching up through left fingertips. Maybe you find the gaze up towards the sky. One more deep breath in. And deep breath out. Straighten the left foot, step it back high to low plank. Inhale up, dog or cobra. And downward facing dog, hips rise high. Snow flow through that a couple times. Matching your flow to the pace of your breath. Next inhale, shift it out to high plank. Left palm down, right arm high, side plank. Maybe you lift the right leg. Find a quick little tree, lift the hips, stay for the inhale. And step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, rise up to warrior two. Exhale, do frame the right foot, three-legged dog, right leg high. Bend into the knee, open the hip. Inhale, straighten the right leg out. Step it forward in between the hands. Inhale, reverse your warrior. This time, reach up and back. Exhale, hands find the mat. Step it back high to low plank. Inhale, chest pulls forward. And exhale, hips go high. Inhale, shift it forward, plank pose. Right arm down, left arm high. You lift the left leg, placing left foot on the right thigh. One breath here. Step it forward in between the hands. Right heel dives down, rise up to your warrior two. Exhale, frame left foot, sweep it high, three-legged dog. Bend into the knee. Inhale, straighten left leg out, step it to the top. Inhale brings you up, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. And exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. One more time each side. Inhale, shift out to high plank. Left palm down, right arm high. Lift the leg. Maybe that tree. One breath here. Lift the hips high. Step it forward, rise up. Warrior two. Stay for the breath in. And exhale, hands find the mat. Send the right leg up. Bend into the knee. Inhale, reach straighten right leg. Step the right foot forward. A big breath in as you reach up, reverse your warrior. And breath out. Send it back high to low plank. Inhale, the heart comes forward. And exhale, hips go high. Shift it forward out to plank. Right palm down, left arm high. Option to lift the leg, find that tree, one breath here. Step it forward, rise up, warrior two. And exhale, hands down, left leg sweeps high. Bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, left leg straight, big step forward, ground the right heel down. Deep inhale, reverse up and back. And exhale, hands to the mat, step it back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog, hips go high. We'll find 3 cycles of breath. Making each breath more intentional, more rich than the last. Next inhale, we'll shift plank. I told you there are a lot of planks. We'll lower all the way down onto our belly. Let the tops of the feet root down. We'll bring the hands behind the back. Option to find reverse prayer with the hands or grabbing for opposite elbows. Or if maybe it's not opposite elbows, maybe it's just opposite wrist. Bring the hands behind the back. We'll keep the tops of the feet rooted down. Next inhale, lift the chest up. So driving toenails, quads into the back of the mat. Opening up the raising the chest off the mat. One shoulders back and down. Last 2 deep breaths. Lift a little higher. And exhale, release. Chin to the mat, arms down by your side. This time we'll keep the chin and the forehead grounded to the earth. We'll lift the feet up. So next inhale, lift the feet, lift the shins. Using strength of the legs, the glutes, squeezing everything in towards the center. Last breath in. And exhale, lower everything down. Again, either reverse prayer or grabbing for opposite elbows. This time lifting the chest and the feet up. Next inhale, lift up. Shins, chest, shoulders drop back and down. Rolling the shins in towards each other. Feeling all the shakes, embracing the sensations. Last deep breath in. And lower all the way down to your mat. Plant the palms under the shoulders. Press it up high, plank or tabletop. And exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Next inhale, look to the top of your mat. Hop or step feet to hands. Lift up halfway. And exhale, release back down. On your inhale, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now bring the weight into the right foot, left knee towards the chest. Stay for a breath in. On your exhale, find a warrior three. Left heel extends back. You keep the hands at heart center, extend them back behind you. And for the most challenge, reaching the fingers forward. Feeling strong, but light in that right foot. Using the breath to carry you up, levitating you over your mat. One more breath in here. Now we'll just slightly bend to the right knee. We'll keep everything the same, but just a bend to the right knee. So now it's like this warrior three squat. The right thigh is burning. Your left toes are still dialing down. Hips are squared towards the mat. Keep reaching intentionally wherever your fingers are at. Next inhale, straighten that right leg out. Then slowly rise up. You don't touch the foot down. Bring the left hand towards your chest. Hands are in the center. Now setting up either for half lotus, crossing the left foot on top of that right thigh. Or if that's not your practice, option for tree pose. So the right foot on the inner right thigh. Or down by the shin. And wherever you found your leg, find your arms. Your hands at heart center. Or reaching them overhead. If you have this lotus, see if you can minimize the little back bends, engaging the low belly button towards the spine. Last breath in here. On your exhale, keep the legs as is. We'll fold over, dropping the fingertips down. Maybe you need to put a little bend into the right ear. Keep the right leg straight. Just like any other forward fold, continue to drop the head down, releasing the neck, releasing the muscles in the face. Next inhale, lift up halfway. We'll keep the right fingertips down. On your next inhale, sweep the left fingertips high. Now we got these funky legs, funky arms. And if you want to get even funkier in this practice, option to play around with raising the right fingers off the mat. Keep rotating that chest open towards the left. Last 2 deep breaths. And let the right fingertips fall. Let the left fingertips fall. We're going to step it back to a high plank, but option to keep the legs. Maybe float back, leading with the right foot, or you can release this and step it back. Good option to try the challenge, stepping the right foot to the back. And then from here, we'll find that side plank. Right hand down, left arm high. And then you keep the legs in that tree or that lotus. One more breath in. And then come through center high plank, release that left foot. And lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, heart comes forward. And downward facing dog. One deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Next inhale, float to the top. Hop, step, or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and on your inhale, rise all the way up. And hands to heart center. Let the shoulders relax. Find that stillness in your mind and in your body. I'm transferring weight into the left foot. Right knee comes into chest. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, warrior three, right heel presses back. Keep the hands at heart center, maybe extend them towards the back of the room, more towards the front of the room. Now you know what's coming. Trying to be as present and passionate about each transition, each shape. Driving the right heel back. Last breath here. Now keep everything as is, but bend the left knee slightly. So you feel this fire in the left quad. And that's what we're here for, is for this fire. So keep with it. One more breath here. Straighten into the left leg and slowly rise up. Right knee pulls into chest. Soften the shoulders. And either set up for half lotus or tree pose. And it could be completely different on this side. You could do one or the other. You don't have to do the same as the other side. We need to bring hands to heart center. Take the hands overhead. Driving that left foot down. Belly button towards the spine. And let the shoulders relax. Feeling the fire in the ankle. On your exhale, keep the legs. We'll fold over, dropping the hands down. Releasing the top of the head. Let the chest melt back towards that left leg. Next inhale, lift up halfway. Keeping the left fingertips down, nice and light on the mats. We'll start to open the chest up towards the right side of the room. Reaching the right fingers high. So twisting over towards that knee, whatever side you have your tree or lotus on. Maybe play around with lifting the left fingertips off the mat. Last deep breath. And let the left fingertips fall. Let the right fingertips drop. The same thing here for that fun transition. You can either release the legs, or you can find a nice little hop or floats towards the back of the mat. And then wherever you're at from your high plank, we'll put the left hand in the center of the mat. The right hand reaches high. You can keep that tree or that half lotus. One more breath here to drive the earth away. And come through center, release the leg. Lower halfway all the way. Inhale, chest forward, tops of feet drive down. And nice exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. You can always drop down to a child's pose. And eventually we need back up and down dog. Next inhale, shift out to a high plank. I think I've said high plank so many times. We're going to go down to our forearms this time. Finding a forearm plank. Let the left forearm come parallel to the top of the mat. And then dive the heels down. And reaching the right arm high. This may sound a little confusing, but we're going to do opposite of what is usually thought of. So we're going to seal the right foot down towards the mat. And lift the left leg off the mat. You can always drop down to your hips and still raise that left leg. Or you can pop up, but feeling the strength in the inner left thigh. Flexing the toes back towards your face. Driving heel towards the back of the room. Keep lifting the hips high and lifting the left heel. One more breath. And come through center, but don't drop down. We'll switch over to the right side, right forearm to the top of the mat. Heels dialed down, left arm high. This time, left heel grounds down. The right foot lifts off the mat. Keep raising the hips, driving right forearm down, reaching energetically through left fingers. Showing strength of low belly. One more breath in. And come through center forward plank. One, inhale. And lower everything to the mat. We'll find a Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders. Maybe you crawl the hands forward. Straightening the arms out. And you're releasing to the mat. Press the palms under the shoulders, press it up high, like your tabletop. And downward facing dog. Hips come high. Next inhale, we'll sweep the right leg towards the sky. Bend into the knee, open up the hip. Now you can stay here, flip over the wild thing. Not like a flip dog, the left leg will be straight, the right leg will be bent. And if wrapping is not your practice, just lower the hips down, reaching towards the back of the room. But if you're in wild thing, option to play around with more funky tree poses. So option to lift the right toes off the mat. And then you try to find that inner left thigh or that left shin. And keep reaching right fingertips overhead. Staying for 2 breaths. And releasing right foot back down. Coming back through three-legged dog, right leg high. And step the right foot in between the hands. This time rising up, crescent lunge. This should feel real good for a change. So high on the left toes. All four corners of right foot are down. Rooted to the earth. Shoulders soft, fingers expansive. Chest open. Nudging that right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath in. On your exhale, open it up to warrior two. Right knee's bent, left foot seals to the back of the mat. So you can get so focused in on this pose, just looking over those front fingertips and feeling every inch of your body light up with this amazing new energy you're creating. Last breath in. We'll start to straighten the legs out. We'll find a side lunge or skandasana in the back of the mat. So left knee bends, dropping the hips down. Right toes pull back towards the face. You can keep hands at heart center or drop them to the mat. Using the breath to keep lengthening up each inhale. And staying for each exhale. Now we'll flow this a little. On your next inhale, we'll rise back up to warrior two. Bend into the right knee, arms to T. And exhale, bend into the left knee. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, left knee bend, sink the hips low. Inhale, rise back up, warrior two. I think I might have said warrior three last time. Exhale, left knee bends, hips drop. And shift it forward, warrior two, and hold. One deep breath in. And then we'll straighten the right leg out. You walk the left foot up and in slightly. Arms to T, kick the hips back. Grab a hold of the big toe, the ankle, the shin, and find your triangle. Next leg, this is a warrior two stance, but you're just looking up towards the sky. So find those fingers, find that gaze. Feel the outer edge of the left foot seal down. One more breath. On your exhale, framing that right foot. Hold the right foot ground, shifting into one more warrior three. Let's heel back and do something completely different with your hands this time. Doesn't have to be crazy, but just something different than you have yet to do. Just releasing hands at the low back. Let the breath get deep. And then releasing left foot down. Release the hands, forward folds. Grabbing for big toes, feet about hips width distance. Lift up, lengthen the spine. And keep this length leading with the chest, folding over the legs. Instead of letting the shoulders drop towards the mat, roll them down your spine, up towards the sky. Next inhale, lift up halfway, release the toes. And we'll plant the palms, step or float back, low or down. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog, hips high. Left side, left heel high. Bend into the left knee. This is our crazy wild thing. So dropping the left foot behind the right side of your mat. You can stay here, or if it's not in your practice, down. Or if it's in your practice and you want to go for craziness, maybe lifting off the left toes. Finding that right leg. Keep reaching left finger to the front of the room. One more deep breath. Release the left foot back down. Come through your three-legged dog, left heel high. And step it forward. Left foot in between the hands. You're high in those back toes. Let the inhale bring you up to crescent lunge. So rolling the heel over the toes and pulling the back of the right knee up towards the sky. Finding this fire of purification in our bodies and our soul. One more breath. Next exhale, open up to warrior two. Shoulders relax, gaze over those front fingers. Last deep breath here. And we'll straighten the leg out. We'll bend into the right knee, finding that lunge to the back of the mat. Heart center down on the mat. The left toes pull up and towards your face. Your hands back to heart center, or you can keep them on the mat to walk you forward. But your next breath in, you'll rise up to that warrior two, arms to teeth. And exhale, sink the hips low, side lunge. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, sink it to the back. Inhale, rise up, deep breath in. And deep breath out, hips to the back. Last time, we'll rise up and hold, finding that warrior two. And straighten the left leg out, scoot the right foot up and in slightly. Hips kick back, reaching forward, and dial down into your triangle, grabbing big toe, ankle, or shin. And take the gaze up towards those right fingers. Tailbone tucks. Open up the side bodies. Rotate that right shoulder back. On your exhale, right hand finds the mat. Next breath in, last warrior three, rise up onto that left foot. Right heel presses back. And some other new hand variation. Arms out to the side. Wherever you're at, can you feel the shoulders draw back? Last breath here. And let the right foot find the left foot's feet, hips with distance. Inside the palms, the hands underneath of the feet. Lift up halfway. And exhale, fold in. Each breath melts the chest towards the thighs. Next inhale, lift the head up halfway. And the palms will plant, step or float back. We'll meet back in down dog. And from down dog, next inhale, look to the top. Make your way into a seat. And we'll find a goat pose. So whatever that means to you, you can keep the legs bent, the legs straight. Maybe hands along your sides, with fingers reaching towards the front of the room. Shoulders drawing back. Sit up nice and tall. 3 more deep breaths. On your next exhale, we're gonna roll back onto our spine. And if this is what you usually do for an inversion, you can stay here. We're also gonna completely roll back to that cow pose. But we'll hold here for a breath, wherever you're at, and then slowly rise back up into that boat pose. Legs straight or legs bent. 3 more deep breaths. Next exhale, roll onto your back, either legs up the wall for a breath or roll all the way back into cow pose. Maybe you don't use your hands. And inhale, roll forward, find that boat pose. Find that balance on the sits bones, then fold the chest forward, draw shoulders back. 2 more deep breaths. Roll onto the spine, legs up the wall or that paw pose. And the last boat, rise up with your inhale. 5 deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll onto your back, and then we'll stay here for our inversion. So your legs up the wall, or you can find that paw pose once again. And this time, enjoy it. Or if you want to come through shoulder stand, that is also an option, placing the hands at the low back. Maybe you change it up this practice. Go for plow pose first and then shoulder stand. And coming back up, shoulder stands first time around. And then lower hips all the way down onto the mat. With the soles of the feet plants, cross right knee over left knee. Pick the feet up, grab a hold of feet, ankles. And give yourself a little pull, then relax the shoulders down. And then let the arms release out to T, legs falling over towards that left side. Let the gaze shift over the right fingers. And come through center, uncross the legs, left knee on top of right knee. Grab a hold of the feet, the ankles, hold them back towards the back of the mat and down. One more deep breath in, breathing into the hips. And then release arms out to T, legs stay the same and fall over towards the right. And your next inhale, bring you through center. Hug the knees in towards your armpits. Finding happy baby, grabbing a hold of anywhere on the foot that feels the best. And feel the low belly, low back down. Feel the shoulders back. Maybe straighten the legs out. And pull the knees in towards your chest. Wrapping forearms around the shins, bring forehead up to meet the knees. Let yourself roll up. Give yourself a big tight squeeze. And then releasing legs, arms, head. Releasing that box. Completely still, body, mind. And finding a few moments here in your final resting pose, Shavasana. Last few deep breaths here. Again, maybe at this point, with this deep gaze inward, inner body, maybe you find that visualization of visualizing your insides up and down. And start to bring movements back in, wiggling toes and fingers, eventually reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes forward. And let the knees hug in, taking some rock side to side and finding a fetal position. And slowly rising up. Meeting at the top of our mats. Hands meeting at heart center, closing down the eyes. Next inhale, we reach the arms overhead. And a deep exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Bowing into ourselves, sealing our amazing practice in. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Sorry, there are a couple loud bangs in the not local rooms, Victoria next door over there. But thank you so much for everyone that is here today and here whenever you're watching this. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And